In this tutorial, you will learn how to invite users to the SBS Portal. The SBS Portal is a web application that enables both technical and non-technical personnel to interact with Socrate Business Services, or SBS for short. To complete this tutorial, you must have an SBS account. For more information, check our Getting Started tutorial first. SBS Portal users are technical and business personnel to which you have granted access to your SBS account as consumers of services. For each user, you can configure the level of access, as well as the specific applications and tenants where that access is granted. You can invite anyone to become an SBS Portal user as long as they have an email address. Users may sign in to the SBS Portal through any of the following identity providers: Google, Microsoft, or Socrate.io. It is up to the user to select the provider, depending on the security practices within the organization they are part of. Users may choose Google if they have a Google-managed email, like a business email managed by Google Workspace, formerly G Suite. By choosing Google as an identity provider, the user benefits from single sign-on, SSO, without the need to create and remember a new password. Users may choose Microsoft if they have a Microsoft-managed email, like a business email managed through a Microsoft 365 subscription. By choosing Microsoft as an identity provider, the user benefits from single sign-on, SSO, without the need to create and remember a new password. Users may select Socrate.io regardless of the kind of email address they have. By choosing Socrate.io as an identity provider, users have to register with Socrate.io and create a new password with multi-factor authentication, adhering to the highest security standards. Multi-factor authentication means that the user has to provide a second verification factor at each sign-in, which is a one-time password, OTP, generated by a mobile authenticator app, such as Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator, or other similar authenticator apps. We will look at this in more detail later on in this tutorial. After signing in, users can always see their current provider by clicking the profile icon in the right corner of the page. Let's invite a new portal user and grant this user access to a few SBS APIs. Sign in to the SBS console at console.socrate.io. Click Portal Users in the navigation menu on the left-hand side. Click Invite Portal User. Enter the user's email address. Optionally, enter a text for the invitation message. Click the Add button to add a new permission set for the user. In this example, we are inviting the user to the application Demo App and the tenant Demo Tenant. Also, the permissions we are granting to the user are as follows: read and write rights to the email service. Read-only rights to the file management service. Here the terms query and mutation are as they are understood in GraphQL. Namely, a query retrieves data while a mutation modifies data. Click Send Invitation. The user's invitation is now displayed in the list of accounts with an invitation pending status. This status signifies that the user must first accept the invitation from their email inbox before they get access to the APIs. Once the user accepts the invitation, they will be able to see and interact with the APIs that they've been given access to. If you changed your mind, you can remove pending invitations by clicking Remove. If you do this, the user will no longer be able to fulfill the invitation sent by email and thus will not get any access. You can also remove portal users from the SBS account after they accept the invitation. To do this, click Remove next to the portal user record. This section illustrates how the invitation process works from the point of view of the invited user when they click the invitation link. The steps below are applicable for users who chose Socrate.io as a provider. Let's imagine you have received an email invitation to join the SBS portal. Click the invitation link. You should now be redirected to portal.socrate.io. Click Sign up with Socrate.io. Fill in your email address, first and last name, and set up a password. All fields are required. Click Sign Up. Check your email. You should have a new email from no-reply@socrate.io. Enter the received verification code and click Confirm Account. At this stage, you may need to install an authenticator app on your mobile phone, such as Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator. If you already have an authenticator app on your phone, you may proceed to the next step. Open the Authenticator app on your phone and select the option to add a new code. You should now be given the option to scan a QR code or enter a setup key manually. Choose whatever works best for you. After scanning the QR code or manually entering the key, you should see a one-time password in your Authenticator app. Enter the one-time password and click Sign In. You can now access the SBS account, application and tenant where you have been invited. Let's see how the invitation process works from the point of view of users who have a Microsoft-managed email address. Let's imagine you have received an email invitation to join the SBS portal. Click the invitation link. You should now be redirected to portal.socrate.io. Click Sign Up with Microsoft. Enter your Microsoft account email and password and click Next. Click Accept when prompted. You should now be signed in to the SBS portal and see a dialog box asking you to verify your email address. For Microsoft accounts, the validity of email addresses is not always guaranteed, which is why you may be prompted to verify your email address. Click Verify. You should receive an email at your Microsoft address. Copy and paste the received verification code. You can now see the SBS account, application, and tenant to which you have been granted access. This concludes our tutorial. For more information, check the links under the video. Thank you for watching.